Hey, what's up everybody? Okay, so if you found this video, you're probably out there saying, I want to start a YouTube channel and I don't know how to do it. Or I want to start a YouTube channel and I don't even know what to name my channel. Or you're out there and you're like, you know what? I'm stuck and I can't get any subs. I don't know what to do. Trust me, I've been there just like you. I looked at a computer screen until I was black and blue and I just couldn't figure it out. So in this video, I'm gonna go over exactly what I did to get from 0 subs to 65,000 subs in a couple of years. And hopefully what I'm about to tell you will help you get there a lot faster. I'm gonna kind of go over like what programs you need to look at as far as like, you know, things you should subscribe to and things that'll help you get your content a little bit better. And what kind of cameras I use and stuff like that. So in this video, we're gonna talk about that, guys. I'm gonna show you how to grow your channel. Just about everything I know. And I think I'm gonna do this in a multi-video playlist to try to go in depth with some of this stuff. But for the most part, this video is gonna cover the overview. So here we go. I got Jack.
Oh, Jack's got one on the tree trunk.
Like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. Wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall.
So if you've never seen my channel before, I'm Jack, and this is my channel, Yak Motley. And I've done everything from kayak fishing and big offshore rainstorms and catching tarpon out of kayaks to travel vlogs to just about everything in between. I've been on YouTube probably about, I don't know, 3 years now. And I've had my bumps and bruises. I've struggled to grow this channel. I really didn't know what direction to go in. I've gone from fishing to guns to travel to just me talking about random subjects. YouTube is an incredibly fun thing to do. You'll meet all kinds of awesome people on the journey from 0 to 100,000 subs, 60,000 subs, 50,000 subs, whatever you get to or whatever your goal is on YouTube. I promise you, you can do it. You just got to put your mind to it and be obsessed about it. I get obsessed about a lot of things and I don't stop until I complete it. It's like a do or die thing. And for me, YouTube is a literally do or die thing. I love it and I'm obsessed about it and I'm not going to quit until I get that silver play button. And then it's going to be a gold play button. It took me a few years to acquire the skills and the things I needed to like know to get going, and now that I got them, it's just kind of like clicking along. So I'm going to talk about 8 things, hold on, 8 things you need to know, 8 things to help you get there, okay? So the first thing I'm going to talk about is your channel name, guys. And your channel name is important, but not important. And I say that because, one, don't overthink it. I spent 2 weeks that I could have been making videos trying to come up with this name. Another thing is, most of the channel names are taken. Like anything that's like common sense has been taken. One, by companies just trying to grab digital real estate. And 2, by, you know, a lot of people already have your name. Like Jack Motley was taken, so I had to come up with something else. I was like, I like to talk, and my last name's Motley, and then I like to kayak, so I was like, Yak, so yakety, yak, yak, kayak, and then Motley. It wasn't taken, I took it. One, don't be worried about if it's one name, or there's a space, or anything like that. Just try to make it under 2 syllables, and just let it ride. But I will say with these parameters, one, don't make a name that'll pigeonhole you. And there's a lot of cars going by, so I'm trying to do my best to have a good background, okay? Don't pigeonhole yourself with something like something fishing or something sewing or something like John's knitting, okay? Because then, you know, you don't know what kind of content you're gonna be making 2, 3, 4 years from now, or even 1 year. Like you'll go down that road and then you'll hit a ceiling, and don't put a ceiling on your channel by pigeonholing it with a name. Good example is, I'm gonna choose Brant's channel, Angler Up with Brant. Brant has a great business around Angler Up, and that's his YouTube thing. He's created a business around it, around the fishing thing. But it's hard for him to be able to go and make a vlog about wines, because everybody's gonna be like, I thought this was a fishing channel. There's a big misconception on genres on YouTube. A lot of people think that one channel can only make one type of video, and that's not true. That's what playlists are for. You can always create a playlist for different genres. So for me, I am headbound to never have a genre, right? I'm gonna make any video I want at any time, no matter what, and they'll just go in playlists. You know, they could be fishing, hunting, cooking, travel, because I have a big picture for my channel. I want to be diverse. I want to be able to make anything. One, because it's fun and that's what I like to do, and I don't want to like not be able to make a video and put it on my channel because I'm worried about somebody might not like it because it's not fishing. Be genreless with your name. Just boom, either your personal name that you're wanting to brand, or something cool, or something with your first name, or something with your last name. You're just like Meet Kevin. Like, that's a YouTube channel. It's got a great YouTube channel. That's an awesome name. Meet and Kevin. You don't really know who he is, don't really know his last name, but he's got his first name and it's brandable. So think brandable. Now, my number 2 thing might kind of conflict with my number 1 thing. But in the beginning, you got to start with a niche. You got to start with something that is taggable, like fishing, kayak fishing, knitting, slingshots, things like that. I mean, your niche could be gardening, pop-up campers. It could be anything in between, but it's easy to tag. So you got to be able to tag a genre until people know who you are, and then they just automatically watch, like with subscribers. So think niche and work out. You could start with a small niche and work out. It's a little harder to grow like that, or you can start with a bigger niche, like just outdoors and work out, or survival and work out. But if you haven't pigeonholed yourself with a name, then you can just get as diverse as you want. You can go from slingshots, and then 2 years later you're tired of doing slingshots. You could do sewing, and when you're tired of doing sewing, you could do gaming, and just create different playlists. And then your channel will just keep growing, and those videos will stay out there and just keep getting, just make more money and more money. Kind of get what I'm saying? Don't pigeonhole yourself. Had a lot of people argue with me about this, and then 300 videos down the road, they get what I'm saying, and they're sad they can't change their name. So for me, I would just pick something like generic, roll with it. All right, guys, so we've covered channel names and basically content, like niches and stuff. Now we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes, and we're gonna talk about what the actual content that you're gonna be making needs to like kind of look like and feel like and smell like, okay? Well, I know it's not gonna smell, but that was a joke. So your content needs to be topical. It needs to be things that answer a question, ask a question, 4 things that, 5 things that, 5 life hacks, 4 life hacks, 3 things you can do, like things that help and give value. Once you go down that road and you start saying, man, I'm at 200 videos, I can't really think about anything, just start documenting what's going on. Are you having a problem? How'd you fix it? Document those things and it'll become easy. You'll be like, man, I wish I had a special handle for that kayak. Let's make one. And I'm gonna film the process. So, get what I'm saying? Document, don't create. And then the next step is you gotta create a lot of content, guys. I'm talking go daily. If you're just starting a channel, go daily. Wow, that is a really loud truck. Go daily, and you gotta get those watch time minutes up. You gotta get the watch time minutes up. At the beginning, don't really be afraid to like experiment and just put your content out there. Right now I'm walking up the stairs with a tripod that's like 6 foot tall. Just experiment, just get stuff out there. When the smoke clears in like 100 videos, you know kind of what you need to make and what you don't need to make. Because like wrapping up this topic is, it's kind of like slinging mud at the wall. YouTube is like a giant handful of mud you're just throwing at the wall and you see what sticks. And if it sticks, you double down on it. You keep making that same content over and over and over. That's YouTube. You get a watch time spike and then you make more of it. Because YouTube really only boils down to one thing, and that's watch time. If watch time goes up, the algorithm follows and your channel gets bigger. As long as it's stuff people like and it's not something they don't like and they're just watching because they hate it. But that's really the kicker of YouTube. So let's talk about number 4, cameras, okay? When you're starting, you should just start. You make film and videos on whatever you got. And then when you can afford it, you get the best you can. Well, I started with my cell phone, an iPhone 5, and then I just started uploading. And then when I got a little better, I got a GoPro. And then when I got the GoPro and I wore it out, I finally stepped up to a DSLR camera. My first one was a T6i 2 years ago, and I wore it out, completely wore it out. When it died, I got this Canon 80D. I got the microphone, I got the 18x135 lens, and I've acquired a couple other lenses since then. But as your channel grows, so does the engine, so does your equipment. You either really, honestly, give it to the IRS or you purchase better equipment. It's a business, just like anything else. And that's what those deductions from the IRS are for. I'm not a CPA, I'm just telling you the way it is, that's what you gotta use. As the channel grows, so does your gear. But trust me, I still use my cell phone 85% of the time. I just made up that number, but it's a large point. Large portion of my videos are shot on my cell phone. iPhone's awesome. Get a mic. You can do a lot of stuff with it. So that's the same for microphones. You gotta get a good mic. Right now I got a shotgun mic. It's just the Rode shotgun mic. It's like probably $100. It does okay. They go up from there. But as long as it sounds somewhat good, it really doesn't matter. Just do the best you can. Right now, you see these shadows? There's too many shadows in this office and it's probably echoing, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Audio and cameras, you get the best you can, and then you just make do. You'll get better as you go. All right, so I'm kind of saving the best for last, and this is a real kicker. Thumbnails and titles are like 90% of YouTube. You gotta have a good title and you gotta have a good thumbnail. Like specs on topwater. That's only gonna register and probably not even fishing because half the people aren't gonna type in specs and the other people aren't gonna search fishing for topwater. So you gotta kind of look at either be topical, keywords, or giant titles, right? To actually get like a viral video, you have to have like a broad title, something that can appeal to a lot of people. Things that people probably wouldn't know the answer to or are tempted to click on something just because it's, wow, I didn't know that, or wow, that's cool. You know, that's why like squirrels falling out of trees and cats that can talk while meowing are so viral because it just applies to a lot of people. If it gets slung on Reddit, then it is something any journalist can write about, blog about, etc. It's got to be pretty broad and pretty, you know, topical at the same time. I hope that makes sense. Your titles have to either be keyword searchable to where they'll pop up in YouTube's algorithm by category, or they have to be very broad that it kind of like touches the imagination of people. With thumbnails, they've got to be bright, they've got to be vibrant, they got to tell a story or ask a question. That's why I like taking good quality thumbnails with a DSLR camera or a good iPhone and up close with good lighting is important, and it's something I need to work better on. I've got to go through and redo all my thumbnails for the most part, and that's something that like PicMonkey or Photoshop are really important too, because those will allow you to basically make those thumbnails the way you want, or always have a thumbnail, because sometimes it's hard to have a thumbnail. You got great video, no thumbnail. So you got to go back through with PicMonkey and you got to recreate one. It's something I just signed up for. I think I'll link PicMonkey down in the description box. And it's something you should probably invest in. That's what I'm saying, is a lot of these things you invest in as you go. Like TubeBuddy, that is something you have to have. Like, it'll save you so much time. I'll link that down below. TubeBuddy's cheap, most of it's free, but as you get like a bigger YouTube channel, you're gonna want the premium one. YouTube Studio is another app you need to have so you can keep up with it on your mobile phone. That's not great, but it's probably the best I've found so far. You gotta have those two things to really succeed. I also subscribe. I'm just gonna toss this one in. Music. A lot of the question about music, I use Epidemic Sound. I'll link that down below. Epidemic Sound will allow you to have unlimited amounts of music and things you need for your video. That's where I get my music from. You don't have to worry about a copyright infringement. You don't have to worry about, you know, any types of problems. It's good music and you can cut to the beat, and it's just something you need to get. You've got to have like something like Epidemic Sound or a music subscription, or you're going to be doing the same dumb YouTube beats over and over again. So think about it. Music, Epidemic Sound. I'll link it down below. All right, so number 6 and 7, I'm going to try to lump together It's basically, you've got to have as many social media accounts as you can. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Like, you've got to get your face out there. You've got to get it out in the biggest, most massive amount of ways possible. Facebook groups, you got to be responding in all these different things, telling everybody you got a YouTube channel or a social media account. All your friends should know, everybody on Facebook. You've got to be obsessed. I mean, Grant Cardone times 10x. You've got to be out there just pounding the ground all day long. Like, you can't be afraid to promote yourself. If you don't promote yourself, nobody else will promote yourself. Like, you've got to be tooting your own horn all the time until you get to where other people are tooting your horn. Like, that's just a way of promoting yourself. Whether you're a boxer, an actor, or whatever, you've got to be out there saying, hey, I'm Jack and I have this YouTube channel and I love it and I make cool stuff. And then everybody will usually wind up watching it because they like you and what you do, and it's just, you got to promote yourself. That also means going in the genre of your YouTube channel and comment in all the YouTube pages. Like, leave comments. Great video, man. Even hint to, like, you have a YouTube channel and come check out your videos, but don't go sub for sub. That guy, like, that's a zero-sum game. Because when you get to 100 subs, 1,000 subs, 10,000 subs, 30,000 subs, sub for sub is impossible. It doesn't work. It just makes people mad. And when you're on some YouTubers pages, and you try to do sub for sub, they'll just block you because it's just not kosher. You know, it's just not something that's professional, and it's kind of like you're begging for subs, and you don't want to do that. And that brings me into number 8, and this is going to wrap this whole thing up, guys. Is you got to be obsessed. You got to be willing to make videos daily. Work from 9 to 2 a.m. in the morning. It's a side hustle just like anything else. It's a business just like anything else. You got to just be prepared. You're going to do this every day. You're going to figure out a way to make content short and to the point, or like you can mass produce it, kind of like where quality and quantity kind of meet that bell curve. You're going to figure it out. You're going to figure out how to shoot and not have a lot of overage and that you got to cut out and things like that. I did that in this video because I messed up a few times. But once you're obsessed and it's all encompassing, your mind is going to figure out a way to get there. You're going to be on location with your camera when stuff happens. It's just going to be the law of attraction in action. You can do this. Don't think that you can't. As long as you don't quit, you're going to get there. You post enough videos, you're going to get there. For me, it's 100,000 do or die. Like, that is just my mindset. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get better as I get there. And when I get to 100,000, I'm going to have all the things I need as a YouTuber to get to 1 million, because I put in the time, I put in the work. You can do it too. Don't be afraid to invest in a good camera, because you can always fire sell it if you don't get there, or something happens or whatever. Get a tripod. You can get all the stuff secondhand. Facebook Marketplace is full of cameras and lenses and tripods. The one this camera's on right now, this tripod, I got at a yard sale for 50 cents. So don't think you can't get good equipment out there. The Rebel series Canons are good as they're good. They're great. Had one for years. I would still use it. Brant loves them. I think they're great. I just, splurged for this camera because I just really wanted it. But the Rebel series DSLRs are great, and you probably won't even notice the difference for years. I actually did a video on that. I'll link that down below, why I went from a T6i to this 80D. So I hope that wraps it all up, guys. I know this was long-winded. It was long, but these are things that just needed to be put out there. Once you guys know how to do this stuff, really it all boils down to watch time. When you get a spike, double down, make that same video over and over until you extinguish it. Oh, and one last thing, don't worry about what people say about your content in the comment section. Stay strong to what you know you need to be doing with your YouTube content. That's what's going to allow you to stay excited about making content, making the videos you want, whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. And that'll allow you to keep having fun. Don't listen to the toxic people, block them, get them out of your life, and look for people that want to watch you. I love my subscribers. I love everything about them. Interact. I get to meet so many cool, awesome people. I've met so many interesting people, networked, and I feel like it's just going to get more and more. So I hope this helps you guys. I know it was long-winded, but comment down below if you got any questions. Somebody in the comment section will help. I'll try to help, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this video works out. See you later, guys.